RunReady. Assess is the first portion of AMP that is taking a runner through a series of movements that helps to give feedback on how well their body can move in terms of flexibility, in terms of strength, as well as dynamic force production. You boys are crazy. For right now, we go through 20 movements that helps the clinician score the runner in terms of absorb, bounce, and stability. That assessment is so important because without it, we have nothing to base the match or prescription off of. Without knowing your starting point, being able to improve is essentially impossible. The creativity that was required is more than I would say I've used in my whole life in the process. Being able to think and use like the physio style brain outside of one-on-one care and be able to deliver something that can reach many people, I think has been one of the most fulfilling parts of it. Lovely. The reverse lunge knee drive, and that one I love because I think that if you're a new runner or a seasoned runner, there's always something to take from it, and it's both single leg mobility and strength all wrapped into one. Creating something that already exists, knowing that we have to go back and change it up a bit can be, both exciting and frustrating, but I think knowing that it's always going to better the end result and product, getting that feedback from somebody who's outside of our four walls is something that's really valuable.
Good pace. RunReady, dude. RunReady, indeed.
I'm just getting warmed up on the treadmill. They're like configuring some cameras, I think, and then we'll get going.
We're in the stages of developing it, and what we decided last time we talked on Tuesday was that we'll get them warmed up, running at whatever pace is comfortable, and then we're going to crank it up into like a race pace.
A tempo.
A tempo.
That's fine.
You want to try and
Looks great.
Looks really good.
Whoa.
So there's a movement assessment and then there's a treadmill assessment. Combined, they're we call RunReady Performance Program. Today is actually a bit of a test. Justin's one of our run specialists here of the team, so he's graciously volunteered to be the subject today. So me, Sean, and Danny will be kind of filming him and then going through the analysis together. So we haven't fully fleshed out exactly how the treadmill assessment will go. This is part of the process.
Yeah, this is what this is for.
It is going to be like lumbar pelvis. Seeing the end part of absorb and then the end part of bounce. And the upper body, I wonder if like we just have a section for upper body period.
My little halo.
He does way more of these than I do, but
Or too, if we had like a piece of tape on either side, so that when we do the side-by-side videos, then they look the same distance, same height, so that we can compare them easier.
look at that. That's how we problem solve, and that's why this guy's on the team. He just suggested a piece of tape.
Yeah, well, we just heard what he suggested.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Are you trying to take credit?
Okay, Lachlan, thanks for coming in today. What we're gonna go through is your assess portion of the assess, match, prescribe. So essentially what we're gonna go through is a 20 movement screen assessment that will help to give me some information on how well you absorb and bounce. So we're gonna put your arms overhead. From this position, what I'm assessing is his ability to maintain this position in bounce. And from here, you're gonna come into a quarter squat. Arms are gonna come behind you. Weight is now evenly distributed between your foot, and you're just gonna hold that posture, and then I'm gonna come in front and take a peek to see what your feet are doing. From this position, what I'm gonna make sure is that we're really tucking your left foot underneath your body, and you're tucking your pelvis underneath you to start in this position. Then we're gonna raise the hands up overhead, and you can see how my hands are even interned. And then you're gonna raise up on that back heel and hold this position while I look and see what your body's doing from there. Nice. Great, and then hang tight before you go.
What exactly are you looking for here?
So in this position, we're looking, it's called triple extension. Essentially what I'm looking at is how well Lachlan's body extends at the hip, the knee, and the ankle all simultaneously. We're gonna square off your hips to start, and then if you take a baby step forward with your left leg, Lachlan, and then exactly square your left leg off a little bit more. Do you notice that your ankle always wants to go there? Yeah. And then with your hands, you're gonna come up here, find lots of length in your body, posterior pelvic tilt what you're doing, and then you're gonna come up as far as you can on your ankle. And then exact same setup, nice and underneath. Again, this is important when it comes to running because we really want to be able to like push off and have that triple extension phase, meaning that if one of these is lagging, we're not going to have like the biomechanical advantage of having like the full force of both like our quads as well as our calves to be able to push off. And if our hip doesn't get into extension and we're always stuck like this, thinking about how that's affecting your running gait. If one of these joints wasn't able to get into this position, it's likely that another area of his body will compensate, and whether you're running 1 kilometer or that 42, if our body's not functioning well altogether, there's a chance that there could be an injury. So we want to keep people injury free even if they're running 1K, 5K, or training for that 42. There's still a benefit to having our body firing like simultaneously and well together. As you can see from the movement assessment, now we have all of your results. So these will be emailed to you so that you don't forget all of them, and you can see where there was room for improvement and then where you really shone. In terms of now what we're gonna take you to is to the shoe fitting side of things. So we know that you have an about score and we know that you have an absorb score. Both of those I'm gonna tell Rob so that he has an idea of how well you do at each, and then takes that information and he'll bring out shoes that fit your goals but also fit where you fall in those two categories. In addition, we also have your score for stability, so that will also be taken into consideration when you get your shoe fitting done too.
No, thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Go get some shoes.